Make sure you tag and share. Let me check my page because sometimes, your girl don't have it on the right privacy setting. Okay, it's shared to the public. We doing good. We doing good. So please, if you come on, please also let us know who you are and where you're at, where you're located. We are excited about tonight's discussion. We have individually seen some things throughout these past few months as it relates to maturing and matriculating the apostolic and the prophetic properly. We've been seeing it done through a lack of immaturity, and we also have seen it done through a lack of education. So, what's up, Corey? How you doing? We will be getting with you in another week, so stand by. We love you. Thank you for coming on. Please tag and share. Also, we are going to make some announcements this evening. We are super excited about where Prophets Unlocked is hitting. We thank God for our team members, Apostle Prophet Stephen Gibson, Prophet Ruddy, and Prophet CeCe will be joining us a little later. And we're super excited for how God has put us together. And we're looking to do some exciting things as the days and years come. So we're going to get into it. The topic on tonight is called The Anatomy of the Apostolic Prophetic Maturing. And again, as I was saying, as we started, several of us have seen so many things that are happening and are taking place, especially in the social media world. It could be good, and it also can be a true downfall, especially when someone is building and growing in their grace and in their
Right.
ministry. So we wanted to address some things that we have been noticing, and hopefully we can give some wisdom as to how to carry yourself as an apostle, as a prophet, as someone just in the apostolic, just in ministry period. Let's not try to define it in the fivefold because it's the fivefold is bigger. Excuse me, the apostolic and prophetic is bigger than the fivefold. So we just wanted to try to give some wisdom and maybe some tools, some nuggets to help us be able to matriculate and articulate our grace if we should walk in such a thing. Some of us are, as we said, the fivefold. Some of us do carry titles: apostles, prophets, evangelists, teachers, pastors. We do all of that, but we want to try to hone in and bring a level of maturity to this thing, because we're not really reflecting Jesus. We're not really reflecting the gospel, right? We're not really reflecting what it is the apostolic should look like. We're not really reflecting what what it shouldn't look like, or the prophetic. So what I would like to do is, I know he's not ready. He keeps going in and out. he he trying to play with some backgrounds, but where I would like to start off with Stephen. I want him to give his idea, or what he feels, or what he's been seeing, and not only what he's been seeing, but also don't only give us what you've been seeing, but we want to talk about a solution as well, or how it should be carried out as it relates to the apostolic prophetic. Whatever one of you want to step into, anyone that you want to start off with, let's just hit it, and let's get it going.
Okay. Good evening, guys. Good evening. With some backgrounds there. But um
There he is.
lately, ah what I've been noticing lately is that we have a lot of emerging prophets.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, emerging apostles and emerging prophets, which is wonderful, which is so. But one of my concern is,
Let's
sorry.
go ahead.
So one of my big concern is are they being taught one, and are they being taught correctly? It's one thing to identify a gift. It's one thing to see a good thing to help mature the gift and help bring the gift into its place so that they can stand on their own. And part of that reality is that we have gotten there. We've become so title hungry, and we've gotten to a place where we want to know that we have people under us. I think that is a thing now, that we, as one of the hierarchies that we have built in the fivefold, is that we just have people under us. And the reality is solution. They are solutions. They are they really are, to humanity, for humanity, for the body. You understand me? And it is good that we have all of these great giftings. Make sure that everyone finds their place, and no one is left behind. But we have to be able to teach it properly. We have to be able to mentor these giftings properly. People, part of what that look like, I'm seeing a lot of men still putting their function of video last night of an apostle. He's kicking the person, talking about come out spirit.
Kiki.
That I'm still watching young prophetic voices closing prophesying. I remember when I remember when I was apostle. She said, "What are you doing? Open your eyes, and begin to look of people, and God is going to give." So we still have a lot of progression, um, that should be. A lot of these young prophets now, they cannot prophesy without music. No, I got you have to prophesy without a certain type of strings and stuff of the idea of what we're trying to teach, in what we should be teaching is not music. It's not to be dependent upon music. It's not to be dependent. The only thing that we're supposed to be teaching them to be dependent on is Christ, the blueprint of the apostolic.
Yes.
He is the blueprint of the prophetic. This is teaching Christ as the blueprint of the apostolic and the prophetic. This is why we have kids, but they're nasty because teaching we're not teaching them the apostolic is Christ and the characteristics thereof. You understand? That was one of the things that I've been noticing, and we have added a little bit of our culture to the apostolic and the prophetic, and
Yeah.
it has brought on this. I do it like this. Our culture says we do it this way, but the culture does it this way. And so, even within that, there is no apostolic and the prophetic within the context of Christ. And so, what it looks like if Christ does not manifest himself a certain way within the prophet as something else. If Christ desires to manifest himself in in a different way prophetically, we deemed it as the. This is because nobody's being taught correctly that evil. We feel like we always want to know. Uh, we all dig the move of God, and so we ourselves in a place of control. Like we always have to be in control. God does, and the reality of it is no. He's in control. That is in control of what it is that we're doing to mature the body, the prophetic. We have to teach them Christ.
Yeah. And I think that's not I think. I believe what we've been finding um as the years go along, that the pureness of what the apostolic or what the prophetic should look like has been tainted, right? Like people has added their personal agendas as to how an apostle should be, how a prophet should be, or just how, just plain and simple. I hear people say a lot, the apostolic, but they have no clue as even what the apostolic should
I
even
would
look
say
like.
this. Can I say this? The apostolic prophetic is it's a wiring.
Say that again because you went out.
Apostolic and the prophetic is not a denomination.
It's
It's a wiring.
it's a wiring, yes.
That is who you are. And because we've placed our culture, turned it into a denomination. So people begin to say, "Oh, I'm back apostolic." When you are when you carry the DNA and the wiring of Christ, apostolic, you automatically take on the wiring and the DNA of the sent one. So the
That before you go into the soul, people got to understand we have the spirit of the sent one.
we have the spirit of the sent one is Christ. This is why
Yep.
you cannot. God help
And
us.
everybody is apostolic
Everybody is
by
apostolic, and
nature. Everybody's apostolic.
but everybody is not an apostle.
Say that.
Everyone should be prophetic. Everyone should
Yeah.
be able to prophesy the consciousness of Christ. Bishop Shimona said something. Bishop, I love him. He said something. He said, God is silent. He said, God is eternal. He said, you want to know what God is, because everything God had to say, he said it through Christ. So when we begin to move in the realm of the spirit, the realm of the apostolic, it has to look like, and it has DNA of Christ. It is just that simple. And if we have the DNA of Christ, the Father, this is why Jesus began to express in John 17. He said, them to be one. Help them to understand the oneness of who we are.
The oneness. I'm just echoing with my fingers. One.
Father, he said, Father,
The
help
oneness.
them to be one. Help them to, paraphrasing now, that within me and you, there is no denomination. Within there's no division.
Yeah.
Within me and you, help them to be so one with us. So, so that the nature of what it means to be grafted in them, which is Christ, that you cannot tell where the servant ends and Christ.
And Christ begins.
Yeah.
So, oh, let me see if I can get my connection. It, let
Rudy,
me
you
see.
Rudy, do you want to add to that, because I think he needs to fix his mic and stuff.
And definitely that oneness part, that oneness part through, through the hierarchy that we built, where we say that, we have to serve because you're better, or because you're more powerful, or you're closer to God, when really, as it pertains to life and godliness, according to the scriptures, and that's not limited to apostles, prophets, pastors, teachers, to the fullness of Christ. And if we can at least come to a respect of one another from that place of understanding, we are on a good track.
And so, this is really bad. The connection is horrible. I'm sorry, y'all, and all that is watching. I do apologize. I feel like we need to shut this down and start it over because it's going in and out, and y'all are giving some good wisdom, some good nuggets, but the people are getting bits and
Okay.
pieces, and it's not fully coming. You understand what I'm saying? It's not fully coming together, and it's frustrating me. And we do
Yeah.
things in excellence, and this is not. So I'm about to send another link. Guys, if you bear with us and give us like 5 minutes and come back in, I promise you this is going to be good. This is going to be really, really good. I love y'all, and we will